Hey, welcome back to Nightfall Narratives. Before we begin, comment your country and the time you're watching from. And if you're new here, subscribe now. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Let's begin. I didn't believe in cursed websites. I still don't. But I believe in patterns now. This started in 2018, when I was working night shifts at a data center in Ohio. 12-hour shifts, windowless room, just servers, humming air, and a phone to kill time. At around 2:17 a.m., I got a follow notification on an app I'd never used before. The app icon was blank, no logo, no name, just a gray square. I assumed it was a glitch. The account that followed me had no profile picture, no bio, no posts, just a username made of numbers, 73492011. I ignored it. 10 minutes later, my phone vibrated again. A message. You shouldn't sit with your back to the door. I froze, because I was sitting with my back to the door. I laughed it off, told myself it was a prank. Maybe someone at work messing with me. Then another message came in. You always check your phone before turning around. That was true. My heart started pounding. I stood up fast and turned. Nothing. The door was locked. The hallway outside was empty. I blocked the account. The app disappeared from my phone, not deleted. Gone. No trace it had ever existed. I went home shaken, but I slept. That was my mistake. The next night, the app was back. Same blank icon. This time, the account had a profile picture. It was my apartment hallway, taken from inside my apartment. The message was already waiting. You left the bathroom light on again. I ran through my apartment, flipping every light on. My front door was locked, windows locked, no signs of forced entry. I checked my phone again. Another message. Don't bother checking. I leave before you look. I unplugged my router, shut my phone off completely, sat on my couch until sunrise with a kitchen knife in my hand. For 3 nights, nothing happened. I convinced myself stress had finally cracked me. Then my co-worker Mark went missing. Mark worked the same night shift as me. Quiet guy, always tired, always scrolling on his phone. They found his car in the employee parking lot, driver's door open, phone on the seat, no mark. Police said maybe he left on his own. They were wrong. That night, the app messaged me again. New profile picture, Mark's work badge. He asked too many questions. I vomited. I tried going to the police, tried explaining everything. They looked at me like I was insane. No record of the app, no record of the account, no record of those messages on my phone. When I checked later, the chat was gone, but the app remained. Waiting. The messages started predicting things. Small things at first. Your manager will call you in 5 minutes. He did. You'll drop your keys tonight. I did. The fire alarm will go off at 3:42 a.m. It went off at 3:42 exactly. Then it escalated. Your neighbor in 3B won't wake up tomorrow. An ambulance came the next morning. Body bag. I stopped sleeping. I stopped going outside unless I had to. I tried smashing my phone. It turned back on. I tried switching phones. The app followed. New number, new device, same account, same name. Then one night, the app sent a photo instead of text. It was my bedroom, taken from the corner of the ceiling. I was asleep in the picture. Another message followed. You grind your teeth when you dream. I don't remember screaming, but my neighbors said they heard it. I tried running. I booked a motel 2 towns over, paid cash, left my phone in the car. At 3:11 a.m., the motel TV turned on by itself. Static, white noise. Then text appeared on the screen. You can't outrun your data. My phone buzzed in the car. I didn't even need to check. I already knew what it said. You should have brought me with you. I drove all night, Didn't stop until my tank was almost empty. When I finally pulled over, I checked my phone. One last message. Tomorrow, you'll tell this story online. People won't believe you. That's fine. I only need one of them to read it at the right time. Then the app deleted itself. It's been years. I still check my phone before turning around. Still keep lights on. Still don't post much online. Because sometimes, when my phone buzzes, there's no notification, just the feeling that something is checking if I'm still predictable. It started in 2016, when I was working night shifts at a small IT help desk in Ohio. Graveyard hours, mostly password resets, printer issues, and bored scrolling between calls. That's when I noticed an old Facebook account popping up in my People You May Know. The name was Daniel Morris. At first, I didn't think anything of it. Same town, same age range, mutual friends. That happens. But the profile picture stopped me. It was a photo taken in a hospital room. Daniel was lying in a bed, pale, smiling weakly, giving a thumbs up. The caption read, "Still fighting." The date was 2012. I clicked the profile. Every post stopped in late 2012. No updates, no likes, no comments past that point. His last post was short. "If this works, I'll be back." I scrolled the comments. People were saying goodbye. "Love you, man. You were strong. Rest easy." I searched his name. Daniel Morris had died in December 2012 from complications during surgery. I remember thinking, okay, old account resurfacing, algorithm glitch. Then I got a message request from Daniel Morris. The message read, "Hey, are you still up?" I stared at the screen. My skin prickled. I checked the timestamp, and 2:41 a.m. I didn't respond. I closed the app. Told myself it was hacked, a bot, some sick prank. At 2:43 a.m., my phone vibrated again. Another message. "You're awake. I can see the green dot." My heart slammed so hard it physically hurt. I hadn't opened the chat. I hadn't typed. But my activity status was on. I finally replied. "Who is this?" The typing bubble appeared immediately. "It's Daniel. I told you I'd be back." My hands went numb. I asked the only thing I could think of. "Daniel Morris died in 2012? There was a pause this time. Almost a full minute. Then, "Yes." That single word felt wrong. Heavy. Like it didn't belong on a screen. I typed, "Then who am I talking to?" The response came slower. I don't know what to call myself anymore. I shut my phone off, pulled the battery out, went back to work shaking. At 3:12 a.m., my computer chimed. Facebook was open on my work PC. A chat window opened on its own. Daniel Morris. Turning it off doesn't stop it. I stood up so fast, my chair slammed into the wall. My co-workers asked what was wrong. I lied, said I felt sick. I went home early. At home, every screen was dark. Phone off, laptop closed, TV unplugged. At 3:37 a.m., my bedroom monitor lit up. No sound, just the glow. Facebook Messenger, Daniel typing. It's hard to stay here. It hurts. I finally asked the question I'd been avoiding. "Where is here?" The response didn't come as text. It came as a photo. A dark, grainy image. Concrete walls, wires hanging from the ceiling, something like a hospital bed in the corner, and a reflection. A reflection in a cracked mirror. A body strapped to the bed, skin gray, eyes open. Daniel. Or what used to be Daniel. The timestamp on the photo was right now. I threw up. I unplugged everything. Sat in the dark until sunrise. I didn't sleep. The next night, the messages continued. Not just on Facebook, on email, on old forums, on a gaming account I hadn't used since high school. Always the same thing. I'm still here. It's cold. They don't answer me anymore. On the third night, I asked, "Who is they?" The reply took 5 minutes. "The ones who brought me back." That's when I remembered something. Daniel Morris had posted once about a clinical trial, experimental neural mapping, uploading consciousness, digital backup. Everyone in the comments had told him not to do it. His final post, "If this works, I'll be back." I blocked him, deleted my accounts, changed my number, moved apartments. For months, nothing happened. Then one night, I got a notification on a brand new phone. Unknown sender, no name, just a message. "You forgot something." Attached was a photo. My new bedroom, taken from the corner of the ceiling, and beneath it, one final message. "Logging out doesn't delete you." I don't use social media anymore, but sometimes at night, my phone lights up. No notifications, just a green dot, active, waiting. I didn't find the website. It found me. I know that sounds dramatic, but there's no other way to say it. I wasn't looking for creepy content. I wasn't browsing forums or clicking sketchy links. I was doing something painfully normal. Up late, bored, scrolling through videos at around 1:30 in the morning. That's when my browser froze. Not crashed, not lagged, frozen. The page went completely white except for a single black loading circle in the center of the screen. I waited. Nothing happened. I moved my mouse. Nothing. I tried Alt plus F4. Nothing. Then text appeared. "You stayed longer than most." I stared at the screen, convinced it was some kind of prank or ad glitch. I hadn't typed anything. I hadn't clicked anything. But the cursor blinked beneath the sentence, like it was waiting for a reply. I didn't type back. Another line appeared. "That's okay. We can talk later." The browser suddenly closed on its own. My desktop came back like nothing had happened. I sat there for a long time, staring at my monitor, heart pounding harder than it should have. Eventually, I convinced myself it was just a random error, a corrupted script, something dumb. I went to bed. That was my first mistake. The next morning, my laptop history showed something new. A site I had never visited. No title, no URL. Just a blank entry with a timestamp of 1:37 a.m. I tried clicking it. My browser hesitated, like it didn't want to open it. Then the screen went black. White text faded in slowly, letter by letter. "Welcome back." Under it, "We saved your session." I slammed my laptop shut. For the rest of the day, I felt like I was being watched. Not the paranoid kind of someone might be spying on me feeling. Something heavier, like awareness, like attention. That night, my phone vibrated at exactly 1:37 a.m. A notification. No sender, just text. "You forgot to say goodbye." I didn't respond. Another message arrived seconds later. "That's okay. We can continue without you." I blocked the number. My phone immediately restarted. When it turned back on, the number wasn't blocked anymore. It was saved as a contact. Name, session active. Over the next few days, things started to change. Ads on my phone weren't generic anymore. They were personal. "Can't sleep? Still awake at 1:37? Do you lock your door every night?" My smart TV turned on by itself while I was cooking dinner. The screen was black except for white text in the corner. Buffering. Then, "Don't worry, we're almost ready." I unplugged it. That night, I dreamed of my own room. In the dream, I was sitting at my desk, staring at my computer. The screen showed my face, live video, from behind me. In the dream, I watched myself turn around. I woke up gasping, my heart racing. My laptop was open. The screen was on. The website was open. This time, there was more text. "We can see you better when you're tired." A live video feed appeared. It was my bedroom, from the corner of the ceiling. I unplugged the laptop and threw it across the room. The screen went dark, but the sound didn't stop. A soft clicking noise, like typing, from inside the laptop. The next morning, I went to the police. I tried to explain cyberstalking, hacking, unauthorized surveillance. They listened politely, nodded, took notes. One of them asked for the website address. I couldn't give it to them. It didn't have one. When I tried to show them the browser history, the entry was gone. That night, the messages escalated. "You involved outsiders." That slows the process. We don't like delays. At 1:37 a.m., every screen in my apartment turned on at once. Laptop, phone, TV, tablet, all showing the same thing. A grainy black and white video, me, sleeping. The timestamp in the corner read, "Live." Text scrolled underneath. "You are doing great. Just a little longer." I didn't sleep after that. I tried staying awake, pacing my apartment, drinking coffee until my hands shook. Around 4 a.m., the screens went black. I thought maybe it was over. At sunrise, my front door camera sent me an alert. Motion detected. The footage showed my hallway, empty. Then the camera angle changed. It wasn't pointing at the door anymore. It was pointing at me, standing inside my apartment. The camera feed zoomed in slightly. Text appeared on the screen. "Session complete." My phone buzzed one last time. "Thank you for your time." That was 3 weeks ago. Since then, nothing has happened. No messages, no screens turning on, no strange notifications. But every night, at exactly 1:37 a.m., my internet disconnects for 30 seconds. And during those 30 seconds, my phone camera activates. I can't stop it. I've tried factory resets, new devices, new accounts. Doesn't matter. Because the website doesn't need a browser anymore. It already knows where I am. And sometimes, when my screen goes black, I swear I can see text reflected faintly in the glass. Still watching. I work in IT. I'm the guy people call when something mysterious happens to their computer, and it turns out they forgot their password or clicked a fake email. So when my coworker Marcus told me there was a site on the dark web that knew things it shouldn't, I laughed at him. Marcus wasn't the kind of person who joked about this stuff. He was quiet, methodical, the kind of guy who triple-checked cables before unplugging them. But that night, in the server room, he looked shaken, pale, like he hadn't slept. He told me the site didn't show images, no videos, no pop-ups, just text, a black screen, white font, and a single line at the top. "We see you reading." The site refreshed every few seconds, updating with new messages. Personal messages. Things nobody else should know. I told him that was impossible. He asked me to come over after work and see for myself. I wish I hadn't. Marcus lived alone in a small apartment near the old rail yard. When I got there, all the lights were off, except his computer monitor. The glow lit up the room in a sickly blue. He hadn't even sat down. He was standing behind the chair like he didn't trust it. He typed the address by hand. No links, no bookmarks. The page loaded instantly. Black background, white text. "Hello again, Marcus." I felt a knot tighten in my stomach. Then another line appeared. "And hello, Alex." I hadn't said my name. Marcus whispered. I didn't tell it. The text changed again. "You're standing. Alex is near the window." Marcus is afraid of what's behind him. Marcus spun around. There was nothing there. My heart was pounding hard enough that I could feel it in my throat. I tried to rationalize it. Camera access, microphones, data scraping. But something about the timing felt wrong. Too precise, too immediate. Then the sight started counting. 3, 2, 1. Marcus's phone vibrated in his pocket. He pulled it out with shaking hands. His face drained of color. It was a text message from his own number. It read, "Don't turn around." The lights in the apartment flickered. I grabbed Marcus's arm and told him we were leaving. Right now. I didn't care if it was some elaborate prank or malware experiment. I didn't want to be in that room anymore. As we moved toward the door, the monitor refreshed again. Running won't help. The door handle wouldn't turn. Marcus started crying. Full-on panic. I tried the deadbolt. Nothing. It was like the door had fused into the frame. Behind us, the computer began typing by itself. Keys clacking. Slow. Deliberate. "You both left a thread open." The temperature dropped. I could see my breath. Then we heard it. Footsteps. Not in the apartment. Above us. Slow steps moving across the ceiling, even though Marcus lived on the top floor. The site updated again. "It found you through the thread." The footsteps stopped. Directly above Marcus. He screamed and dropped to the floor, covering his head like something was about to come down on him. Nothing happened for a few seconds. Then his screen went black. The room lights shut off completely. And in the darkness, we heard breathing. Not mine. Not Marcus's. Something else. Deep. Wet. Close. I don't remember how we got out. I just remember running down the stairwell, not stopping until we were outside, gasping in the cold night air like we'd escaped a fire. Marcus stayed with me that night. He didn't speak much. He just sat on my couch, staring at the wall. At around 3:17 a.m., my laptop turned itself on. I hadn't touched it. The screen glowed in the dark. Black background, white text. "Alex, you brought it with you." Marcus stood up slowly. He asked me very calmly if I'd ever heard of threads in programming. Background processes, things you forget to close. I nodded. He said, "What if some things live in the ones we don't see?" The text changed again. "Marcus is no longer needed." The lights flickered. I turned toward Marcus. He was gone. Just gone. No sound, no sign of a struggle, no open doors or windows. The police said he must have left on his own. No evidence of foul play, no digital trace. His phone, wallet, and keys were still on my table. They asked me if he'd ever talked about hurting himself. I told them no. Because how do you explain something like this without sounding insane? I wiped my laptop, destroyed the hard drive, threw the pieces into different dumpsters across the city. For a while, nothing happened. Then, 2 weeks later, I noticed something. Whenever I'm working late, whenever my screen is dark, whenever I pause typing for too long, my cursor moves. Just a little. And a message appears. "You still have one thread open." I don't work in it anymore. I don't keep devices near my bed. And I never, ever leave a screen on in a dark room. Because sometimes, when everything is quiet, I hear footsteps above me. And I know it's waiting for me to stop running.